your left.
Center man, center.
Thank you.
गन्या, ये गन्या, पूरा शहर वाला। Just first.
Center. आशा जी आप एक में नीचे। मैम सेंटर। सेंटर नीचे। आशा जी मैम सेंटर। मैम लेफ्ट साइड मैम राइट मैम सेंटर। आशा जी लेफ्ट में नीचे मैडम जी आशा लेफ्ट का आपके फोटो नहीं एक मिनट लेफ्ट साइड फोटो आशा जी पार्टी है ना फोटो जायचं मग तो फोटो बस वही तो है मैम लेफ्ट साइड आशा जी सर एरिया लेफ्ट साइड का कॉर्नर ला मैम लेफ्ट साइड मुझे भी बोलो अच्छा मैम लेफ्ट ला
Thank you. Okay, done. Thank you everybody.
Thank you.
सेंटर लेफ्ट साइड नीचे नीचे लेफ्ट साइड
सेंटर
कॉर्नर कॉर्नर इकडे
Done. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच थैंक यू इधर देखा ही नहीं मैम राइट में मैडम स्टेज मैम राइट में आपके मैम सेंटर आप ले रही हैं पार्ट ट्राई किया यहाँ पे लेफ्ट में
Thank you.
अरे यार सुहास नाइस होता है
in 5 minutes.
Thank you.
सलमान जी ऐसे करो ना दोनों जैसे अंदर में थैंक यू बाबा सलमान जी को
Our chief guest of the evening, Salman Khan, our very own big boss, our very own Sultan, our very own Bajrangi Bhaijan. How lovely it is to have you with us today. A very, very warm welcome to you. Please come and join us on stage. Let all of us have our hearts filled just looking at you. A big round of applause for him. A very big round of applause for him. Salman Khan, our chief guest for the evening, please have your seat. It's an honor to have you with us. And I'd like to now invite on stage two very crucial people without whom this evening was not going to be possible. that is the subject of a lovely autobiography called Asha Parekh, the Hit Girl. So just guess who the first person is. Yes, it is our lovely lady, the golden lady, the hit girl, not only of the 60s and the 70s, but also of today. Asha ji, please, and Khalid Mohammed, where are you? Where are you, Khalid? May we please have you up on stage? Thank you very much. And I'm looking for a person called Parveen Chandar, who's the general manager of Taj. Where are you, Mr. Chandar? I believe you've got some very lovely words to say for all our guests.
It gives us great pleasure to have all of you guys here today. At the Taj Lansdowne, for the last 2 decades, we have been associated with the film industry. And what pleasure then today when we can host this book by Asha Parekh ji and Ajay, when he came to us and said that he wants to bring this book to this hotel, it was a complete delight for us. I won't take too much time. I would leave all the ceremonies to Salman and Asha Parekh ji, and thank you for being here. Thanks.
Thank you very much for this lovely place. It just adds to the warmth of the evening. So now I'd like to invite Ajay Mago, publisher, Om Books International. In fact, the book has been published by Om Books International, and Ajay would love to say a few words. There you are.
Thanks, Deepa. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you here today to celebrate the launch of one of the most compelling autobiographies out of India, Asha Parekh, the Hit Girl, that Asha ji, a living legend, has put together with the renowned writer Khalid Mohammed. We are delighted to have with us as a chief guest the supreme superstar, Salman Khan. A big round of applause for him. We at Om Books International join Asha ji and Khalid Mohammed in thanking you for accepting to do the honors tonight. Salman Khan has also written a very moving foreword to Asha ji's autobiography. Born in the early 70s myself, I often found myself in the midst of relatives who were film buffs and who often locked horns over their favorite Asha Parekh film. Dil De Ke Dekho was better than Teesri Manzil. No, actually, Do Badan was the best. Says who? Nothing to beat her role of the runway girl in Karawa. Well, what about Love in Tokyo? Well, what about Main Tulsi Tere Aangan Ki? Or Kati Patang for that matter. The long and short of it was her admirers were legion. Her talent immense, her grace inimitable, and her record at the box office unbeatable. And now she reinvents herself with this autobiography. In fact, never say never. That is her winning mantra in life. As the evening progresses, we shall hear a bit of the hit girl story in her own voice. It is something to truly look forward to. Thank you, Asha ji, for all the hits and the hit girl. Salman Khan, thank you for your very warm tribute to Asha ji in the book and for being here today. Taj Lansdowne is my home away from home, and I thank Mr. Parveen Chandar and his wonderful team for being such fine hosts. And last but not least, Khalid Mohammed. I can never thank you enough for suggesting to Asha ji that she tell her story, and then for calling me up to ask me whether I would like to publish The Hit Girl. Could I have said anything but a resounding yes? And the book has turned out to be lovely indeed. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Ajay Mago, publisher, Om Books International, and the publisher of this book called Asha Parekh, The Hit Girl. And the next person, actually, I fumble every time I introduce him. This is the third book that we're doing together, and I'm talking about none other than Khalid Mohammed. how and where do I start? Arguably one of the finest editors of cinema, a documentary filmmaker, a script writer. Shall I just go on and on and on about Khalid? And I think one of the things which has always been very fascinating about Khalid is his, let's say, taste for dealing with women-centric subjects. And he's actually scored a hit, a double hit today, which is actually, it started maybe 8 months ago. He got Asha ji to write, or at least tell her story, which was in autobiographical form. And he's also made a first-time writer out of our Bajrangi Bhaijan, Salman Khan, because he's written the foreword to this book. So over to you, Khalid. You'll have to walk us through the process of putting this book together. Yes, come.
Adab. I think it's a bit warm to speak here extensively anyway. So I'll just say that public display of affection is not a good thing, or so it's said. But today I will have to show some of my emotion, especially in thanking Helen ji and Salim Saab, who was here earlier. He said he was going for a walk and may come back. So they've sort of seen me when I was, let's say, in my 20s, and I've had the most glorious evenings with them. Salim Saab is a great storyteller, and I wish I could still spend evenings with him listening to his wonderful stories. Then my other display of affection is, of course, for Wahida ji, whom I've revered ever since I was, let's say, a teenager, seeing her movies, interviewing her once in a while, and she's grace personified. What do I say? Then there is Dharamji, Dharmender Saab, who also gave me one of my earliest interviews, and he spoke frankly, and it was a cracker of an interview. So welcome, Dharmender Saab, and thank you indeed. Apart